Welcome back to your micro-credential course. Today, we are diving into something that's, well, going to totally change how you look at your workday: AI productivity and automation. We're going to explore how you can go from just being a user of software to actually building your own little automated helpers. So, let's jump right in.
First, let me ask you something. Just think about your typical day. How much of it is spent on, the boring stuff? I'm talking about that digital busy work. Copying and pasting from one app to another, sorting through a mountain of emails, maybe chasing down people for updates. It's all that little stuff that just eats away at your time and your focus.
And that right there is the core of the problem. Each of those little tasks might only take a minute or two, but add them all up and they become a massive drain on your productivity. They pull you out of deep work and stop you from focusing on the big projects, the stuff that actually moves the needle.
But here's the thing. The answer isn't to just work longer hours or try to click faster. The real solution is to work smarter by using AI to handle all that repetitive stuff for you. This means we have to make a little mental shift from doing the work ourselves to designing the systems that do the work for us.
Okay, so to really work smarter, we need a simple way to think about these tools. And the single most important concept to get your head around is the difference between two kinds of AI: browser AI and embedded AI. Trust me, once you get this, picking the right tool for the job becomes so much easier.
So, let's imagine you're hiring two new people for your team. On one side, you have browser AI. This is your creative partner, the one you go to for brainstorming and big ideas. And on the other side, you have embedded AI. This is your secure analyst, the one you trust with all your confidential internal data. They've got very different jobs, but both are incredibly powerful.
Let's dig into browser AI first. We're talking about tools like ChatGPT or Gemini. Think of them as your wide-open window to the entire internet. You use them when you need to be creative, right? Things like generating new marketing slogans, doing research for a report, or planning out a project from scratch. They look outward to the world for information.
Now, embedded AI is the complete opposite. It lives inside the apps you already use every day, like Copilot, right inside of Excel. And its superpower? Security. It works with your sensitive data, your sales numbers, your customer lists, and it never, ever leaves that secure environment. It's completely inward-facing, built for analyzing and automating your private stuff.
All right, so let's check out a perfect example of a powerful browser AI, the new ChatGPT Agent Builder. This is where you get to build your very own custom creative partner, perfectly tailored to do exactly what you need.
And this is the part that is a total game changer. Not too long ago, if you wanted to build an AI agent, you had to be a coder. But now, that barrier is completely gone. With these new no-code tools, pretty much anyone can build their own custom AI assistant. It's amazing.
And you won't believe how easy it is. You literally just build a workflow by dragging and dropping blocks onto a canvas, kind of like a flowchart. You connect them with little arrows to show how the information should flow, and then you just tell each block what to do in plain English. It's all about logic, zero code required.
Okay, let's switch gears and talk about our secure analyst, the embedded AI. And there's no better example than the new agent mode for Microsoft Excel. This is how you take your own internal data and turn it into insights, all done safely and super efficiently.
I absolutely love this quote from Kevin Stratford's tutorial because it just perfectly captures the magic of what's happening here. You're not fighting with pivot tables anymore. You just describe what you want to see, you tell it the kind of dashboard or chart you need, and the AI agent in Excel just builds it for you.
What this really means is you can go from a giant, intimidating wall of numbers to a crystal clear chart like this in like seconds. And the AI doesn't just make a pretty picture, it actually analyzes the data and points out the important trends, like, hey, chocolate chip cookies are absolutely crushing it.
So the bottom line here is that this tool automates the most annoying parts of dealing with data. It builds your dashboards, it finds the hidden patterns, it cleans up all the messy entries, and it creates charts that update automatically. And, this is the key part, it does all of this securely, right inside your spreadsheet.
So, we've got our creative partner and our secure analyst. Awesome. But how do we get them to talk to each other or to the 50 other apps we use every day? Well, that's where our third tool, Zapier, comes into play. Just think of it as the universal translator for all your software.
What makes Zapier so powerful is just how simple the idea is. Every single automation, they call them Zabs, follows this basic formula. A trigger happens in one app, which then causes an action to happen automatically in another app. It's that simple. If this, then that.
And because it connects to thousands of apps, you can link up pretty much anything. Someone fills out your Google form, bam, it instantly shows up in a Google Sheet. You get an important email, Zapier can send a notification straight to Slack. It's the digital glue that holds your entire workflow together. So, when you start combining these three types of tools, your creative browser AI, your secure embedded AI, and the connector that ties them all together, you completely change your relationship with technology. You stop being just a passive user, and you really become a builder. And if there's one thing I want you to take away from all this, it's this. The whole paradigm has shifted. These tools have made automation something anyone can do. You don't need to be a developer anymore. You now have the power to spot a boring, repetitive task in your own life and build the solution yourself.
So here it is, a quick look at your new AI automation team. You've got the ChatGPT Agent Builder as your creative partner, Excel Agent Mode as your secure analyst, and Zapier acting as the connector, making sure everyone's talking to each other. With these three, you can seriously tackle a huge amount of that digital busywork. And that brings us to our final and honestly the most important question. Now that you see what's possible, I want you to really think about your own workday. Think about that one thing you do over and over again, that report you have to create, that email you always have to send. What is the very first repetitive task that you are going to automate?